So the reports were Daniel Jones wants $45 million. He switched agencies recently. And when you switch agents, it's not because you want less money, it's because you want more. Just admit it to you with New Yorker, the one that's seen the development of Daniel Jones over the last 4 years, and the one on this show that I think is the most honest when it comes to DJ. How much is Daniel Jones really worth? And is that number anywhere near 45 million?
First off, I take offense to that face that Brandon made. And two, no, absolutely not. He's not worth no $45 million. But the thing is, the way the market seems to be going for quarterbacks, the price tag is only getting higher and higher and higher. But to pay a quarterback $45 million and they're not even a top 15, would you consider Daniel Jones even top 15? Probably not.
I want to consider him top 20.
So I would give him more of an argument for a top 20 than top 15. But I mean, yeah, he's had a career high in yards, career high in completion percentage, a career low in turnovers. So he had a fantastic year considering that he didn't have any standout number one on the outside. But that's one season. That's one season. And granted, yes, that's a season with Brian Daboll and, seeing what this new coaching staff can do with him. He still threw only 15 touchdowns. Are you paying a quarterback 45 million for 15 touchdowns? Now, if he can turn into a QB that's throwing maybe 25 touchdowns and still rushing for 7 to 10 touchdowns while keeping that low turnover rate, then maybe we can have a conversation. But he did not show you that he deserved $45 million. And then what happens if Saquon Barkley walks in free agency? What version of Daniel Jones are we actually getting? I think that's something that a lot of people are forgetting. Saquon and the Giants still haven't came to terms on a deal yet. If he's gone, now Daniel Jones loses another big weapon. I just think it's kind of ridiculous where this QB money is coming from, because guys like Derek Carr and then Daniel Jones are going to be getting paid out of the wazoo, and yet we all know they're not taking you to a Super Bowl. So why are you paying them that much? If you're going to pay them, I don't know what the QB market is. Everybody seems like they're going to be making $45 million. If Daniel Jones could command that much, then I could only imagine what other people will make. If he's making, I per se, 25, $30 million, right? That's still a lot in my eyes, but that's just the way the market is. If he's making 25, $30 million, you have enough money to fill your roster, and then you can say, okay, maybe you can put a team around him where he can lead them to a Super Bowl. But if he's taking a huge cap hit like that, where you can't surround him with the talent that he needs to succeed, then what are you paying him for? You might just be better off going to draft a quarterback and starting over again.
To answer that first question real quick, the reason why you would pay them that much is because what are your other options if you're the Giants?
That's a good question. What are your options? Caleb Williams?
Too
Well,
late for that.
I mean, the options would be obviously, Mr. Rogers, Derek Carr's out there, Lamar, maybe draft a QB. But yeah, I just saw a report that apparently the Giants and Saquon are not going to be coming to a deal. That the Giants aren't willing to pay Saquon what he wants.
This is breaking news.
Um, I don't know if it's official. I saw a report. I know JQ retweeted it. I don't think it's official yet, but I think that report is kind of saying that things are headed in the wrong direction in terms of re-signing him. But Justin, you asked the QB market, so I pulled up the contracts of QBs for last year. So Rodgers made 50 million, Russell made 49, Kyler made 46, Deshaun made 46, Patrick made 45, Josh made 43, Stafford made 40, Dak made 40, Kirk made 35, Jared made 33, Carson made 32, Matt Ryan made 30, Ryan Tannehill made 29, Brady made 25, and then there's a drop off after that.
So question. So outside of Brady, where does he fit in that?
He should be making
In the Jared Goff range?
no, I don't even think he should be making what Ryan Tannehill makes.
That's around 29 million per.
Yeah, I
right?
think he should be making less than that because right now I have Daniel Jones as the 26th quarterback in the NFL.
Okay. Oh,
I have him behind Brock Purdy, behind Justin Fields, behind Kenny Pickett, behind Jameis Winston, behind Tua Tagovailoa.
okay. Wow.
I think he's better than.
So I'm lower on Daniel Jones than most BC, but I mean, to me, he's the 20th to like at best case scenario.
Well, then which one is he better than? He's not better
Jameis
than
Winston.
Tua. I mean, you guys were
Jameis was
literally
hurt all of last
Winston.
year. He was a
Yeah, I
turnover
think
machine
so.
when he played. He hasn't been good in years. He never was good in Tampa Bay. Daniel Jones has gotten
Come
better.
on, you can't say he was never good. The guy, I know he turned the ball over 33
Best
times.
season, he
still
went
threw
30 for 30 with a 60% completion percentage, and he won 7 games with elite weapons that a year later went to the
Yes,
Super Bowl.
but he still threw for 5,000
I
yards
don't
and
care.
40
Daniel
touchdowns. I
Jones is better than
understand that. I understand he turned the ball over, but he still put up great numbers.
I don't care if you're losing games. What does that mean?
All right,
Like
what
Bradley
is
Bill put up 30
Daniel
points per game in Washington. I don't care.
All right, fine. You can take him over.
Daniel Jones is better than
Fine.
Jameis. Let's get
Okay,
that.
that's
out there.
fine.
That's
Take him over
disrespectful.
Jameis. I'm not taking him over Tua. Are you taking him over Tua?
No.
You
That's
guys
pretty
were
close.
don't be questioning it now. When all last season, John, you were stopping the desk saying Tua Tagovailoa this, Tua Tagovailoa that. I don't want to hear this backtrack again with you, man. You change your mind way too much. All right, so Tua's over him. Kenny Pickett. Who are
I
you
would
taking
take
for
Kenny.
the future? You taking Kenny or you taking Daniel Jones?
Long term, KP.
Okay then.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
taking
Justin
Kenny.
Fields.
Justin Fields.
Okay then. Brock Purdy.
I'm taking DJ over Brock.
No, you're not. You're a fool. You're such
Yes, I
a.
am.
Yo, I
If
can't
you
talk
put
to this
Daniel
guy.
in San
I can't
Francisco,
talk when you switch up. This
Well,
quickly.
he
I
has.
can't talk to you.
Granted, he
Can't.
did say once even during the season, if you put Daniel Jones in San Francisco.
No, I don't want to hear it.
you're
I'm
better.
sorry. I don't want to hear it. I can't talk to you when you switch up like that so quickly and so easily. That's
I
not,
never said
that's
once
not
that Brock Purdy's better than DJ. All I said was that Brock wasn't
you,
getting
you were
enough credit.
saying Brock was better than Jimmy G.
Yeah, Daniel's better than Jimmy G. I have Jimmy G
That-
at like the 27th best quarterback in the league, probably. He's one of the best backups.
With no facts to back that up. You just said it. You had no facts to back it up because Jimmy G has a better winning percentage. He's been to farther in the playoffs. So what facts do you have to back up that Daniel Jones is better?
He's a way better athlete than Jimmy G. He's more durable. He's more accurate.
He's
And to be
never
honest with
finished
you,
a full season. Same with Jimmy G.
His first year, he played 12 games, and since being a starter, he never got hurt that year. This year,
He's
he
never
played
played a
almost
full
every game.
season.
I'm pretty sure this year he played 16 games.
There's 17.
And you put me on the spot here. Don't
I'm
have
almost
that.
positive the guy's never played. a
His
full
rookie
season.
year, he started 12 games. Second year started 14. Third year started 11. This year started 16.
See, he's never played a full season. So yes, is he more durable? Okay, now we're splitting hairs. They're both not.
All right,
as
well, he's a
durable.
way better
Look at
athlete.
this
He's
game.
more accurate, and I think he's better evading pressure in the pocket. He's better
Accurate?
maneuvering around. He's
What-
got better
what
pocket
numbers do you have
presence.
to back that up?
He's more accurate. This year, 67% completion percentage, way worse weapons.
Okay, this
Considering
again,
the
one
offensive
year,
line
so
he had,
can-
which was
can-
one of the worst
can,
in football,
Can he
and
be
all
called
the
a one-hit
pressure.
wonder then?
I'm talking about Daniel Jones, what he showed this year in his development. I mean, he had no O-line. Jimmy has had pretty good O-lines and way better weapons. I mean, oftentimes he's had to drop it off to George Kittle or Debo Samuel, and they can take it 25 yards. DJ is a quarterback I would rather have. Hence, he is a better player.
No, your switch up is really. I mean, you're trying to be slick, but your switch up game is terrible.
This isn't about me, it's about DJ.
Oh yeah,
I understand it's about, but I'm talking to you right now about
Okay, let's
Daniel
talk
Jones.
about DJ, man. No one,
We are talking about Daniel Jones. We are talking about him. We're also talking about how you've switched up so easily. We're
I don't think this is great podcast.
just-
Just the back and forth between this imaginary belief that I was coming at Brock Purdy and saying, or coming at DJ saying that DJ was worse than Brock. I never said that.
No, you never said that, but you were hyping Brock up to be. I mean, I'm almost positive there are points where you're saying Brock is on track to be a top 15 quarterback or something like that. I'd have to pull up the tape and listen to it back, bro.
Jones is too.
You guys were praising Brock Purdy up the what, bro? The first game you were talking out your ass about him. Like, let's not act like you guys weren't doing that. Come on.
Right.
For our
But
viewers
just
out
because we're
there.
doing that doesn't mean that Daniel Jones can't be better than him.
And the reason, Justin,
We're
you and I
forgetting
were
that he's
doing-
playing in the greatest and probably the best roster.
I'm
on
not
paper.
forgetting that. I was the one making that
Oh.
point.
But yeah, that's the thing. We're just praising the guy, saying that he was capable of winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you
He
never
was
brought up his
capable of it.
weapons. You guys never brought up his weapons.
What do you mean we never brought up his weapons?
You
We
never
were talking
did.
about
I was
Kyle
the one bringing
Shanahan
up
and how
all
he's
his
benefited
weapons.
from that system.
Justin,
That's
the
a bunch of
reason
baloney.
you and I were doing that, hyping up Brock Purdy, is because Brandon over here is saying that the 49ers season was over.
We're done.
got
Yeah,
put
he
in.
said that we're done.
So
Yeah,
we're
they
saying
make
this
the
guy's
Super
good
Bowl
enough to
now.
win you games. And that was true. Brock Purdy is more than good enough to win every single game that he finished. That had nothing to do with Daniel Jones. I mean, relative to expectations, we had a high bar for Brock. We thought he could win games. You thought their season was over. So yeah, we were pretty high on him relative to most people, I guess. For Daniel Jones, we feel like the consensus is that a lot of people, especially, let's be honest, Giant fans that want to see the quarterback do well, reasonably so, they're looking at him as a franchise guy. I'm saying, well, no, he's a good starting average quarterback. He's not there. He could get there. Right now, he's probably right here. Brian Dable's, punching above his weight. That's all. That's all.
Is he better than Geno Smith, John?
I would rather have Geno.
I would say he is better than Geno. I'm still. That's a 1-year wonder thing too. Where we
So
could-
is Daniel Jones, though. Justin.
That's what I said. We can argue that.
I know.
That's-
So is he better than Ryan Tannehill?
I think they're neck and neck.
Yes.
Neck and neck. Daniel Jones is better than Ryan Tannehill.
Yes. Ryan Tannehill has regressed. He's not. You're telling me he's the.
have regression.
Are you
Ryan
telling me
Tannehill's
he's-
worst season is one of Daniel Jones is better though.
He's still better than Daniel Jones, man. Like, I mean, come on now. This guy was a #1 seed in the AFC.
There's a weak
Yeah,
AFC.
with
but,
a very
Okay.
very,
Hill's
very
more
solid
accurate.
roster.
Yeah,
And
very
at the
solid.
time,
But
he
again,
had-
we can't do that, man. I'm not gonna sit here and do that. Where I'm gonna. You need the roster around you. All right.
Yeah.
So
And look at Ryan Tannehill this year when his roster
I
was
know.
complete. Totally different.
okay.
But the
take
fortunate
a
thing
step
is
back.
also since he's gotten to Tennessee, he's had Mike Vrabel on his side.
Yeah,
Who has Daniel Jones' head coaches have been since
not
before this
good.
year?
Not good.
Exactly.
Okay,
so
but we're
his
arguing the
OC
fact-
was Jason Garrett.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're arguing the
picky.
fact how much this guy should make. So you're basically saying he should make more than Ryan Tannehill because you think he's better than Tannehill. So you think he should
I'd
be
say-
making 30 million.
The way the QB market seems to be going.
This is the QB market I'm doing.
Okay, exactly. And I said the way it should be going. And first off, I think Ryan Tannehill signed his contract, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Mhm.
Okay, so now it's a different time. I do believe 30 to 35 is probably the best range for him. But I think anything higher than that is a bit extreme. I think 30 to 35 is extreme. I don't think Ryan Tannehill should be making $29 million anyway.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Jared
Then
Goff
let's
should be
just
making 33.
then let's cut the bullshit. Then we all
that's the
agree
thing.
that
That's
none
just
of
the
these
market. So
guys
if I
should be
gotta play it
making this much
realistic,
money.
If I got to play it realistic, I'd say low 30s. But he's not biting that.
No, so again, let's cut the BS and let's just talk realistic. Let's not talk in the fairy tale land that the NFL lives in, where these owners and these executives give this money because for some odd reason they don't want to make a mid-tier quarterback market. Okay, we all agree that yes, should Ryan Tannehill be making 29 million? No, he should be making probably closer to 20 million. Daniel Jones, same thing. All right, all these guys, Carson, even less, Matt Ryan, less. So for me, I feel like I don't know, man. I'm not going to sit here and say Daniel Jones should not be sniffing anything near 45 million. Okay,
Oh,
if he
you're
gets
right.
45 million, you
agree.
realize he's making more than Josh Allen and just as much as Patrick
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
the whole idea of next quarterback up, even though Daniel's 3
Okay.
tiers below them.
Yeah, and that whole thing was created. The next quarterback up was created when the next elite quarterback was up. He was going to reset the market. Not a mid-tier or bottom-tier quarterback is going to reset the market. That's bogus. That's not how anything works in any walk of life. If I'm an average employee at a company, I'm not going to reset the market at that company and make more money than a top guy. That just doesn't make any sense.
And to be clear
you're right.
here, I don't think Daniel Jones is a bottom tier quarterback. I think he's somewhere in the middle and maybe slightly below average. Now, Daniel on a $30 million deal, I like a lot less than Daniel on a $6 or $7 million contract in that rookie scale. And I want to be very clear here. I think he's worth 25 plus million. I think 27, 28 for 3 years. You bite the bullet there because if you're New York, the guy won you a playoff game, and there is some value to that. He helped you get to the playoffs, and he did a good job this year. He's gotten better. He stayed healthy. He played through injuries, and he had little weapons. Now, do I think he has more work to do as a thrower down the field? Absolutely. And do I think DeAndre Hopkins will just fix that? No. The guy has to do a better job looking down the field, and I think that could help if he gets a better line too. I think he's around the 17th to 22nd best quarterback in the league. And yeah, I think those reports really just put out there, dropped in. One, because people want to clown the guy, or two, because the agent's trying to drive his market as much as he can. Anything more than $35 million would be really rich, and man, that agent would be doing a phenomenal job if he can get them, say, 4 years, 170 or something like that. Or I guess it would be 140, 130.
Hey, you got to wonder too. Brian Dable and Joe Shine, first year with the Giants now. A lot of times when you see that happen, they look for their own quarterback. So I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Jones is signed to 2-3 year extension, and they still draft a quarterback this year.
That make a lot of sense. Use him as a bridge, and he'd be a great one.
Yep.
I think they're going to take Anthony Richardson. The more I think about it, and I've talked about A-Rich, he can go in the top 5, honestly. And the Giants, you know, they're far at that range, got that playoff win, but they are a candidate to trade up potentially here. Now, the second,
so you think they're gonna pay Daniel and then
trade up to get
draft him?
A 2-year, $60 million deal, let's say, that's partially guaranteed. I mean, yeah, that's possible.
I think that deal's going to be a lot bigger than 60.
I don't like that at all.
If it's 2 years, it's going to be at least north of 70.
No way. I think what happens is they give him a 3-year deal for, let's say, 85, 60 of which guaranteed, and they look to see other options in the NFL draft, where they have not top 10 pick this year, but rather the 28th or 26th selection. 26. Damn.
Yeah, no, I don't. If I were the Giants, I'm not signing Daniel Jones to anything more than like maybe 25 million a year. I can't do it, man. Like I look at it realistically. I'm not gonna put, the rose-colored glasses on and be like, oh yeah, this guy made you could say massive improvements, but even look at the numbers, they're still not anything you're going to be like, wow, look at this. Look at Daniel Jones. Look at the numbers he put up. No, you're not going to do
Yeah, there's nothing that blows you away.
Would another team sign DJ for north of 30 million?
I mean, it's a sucker born every day. I wouldn't be surprised if you can Houston Texans maybe, or
I don't
a sucker team.
They have the second overall pick. I don't think they'd be doing that. I think a team in the NFC South between Tampa, Carolina, New Orleans does not have the salary, but I mean, even the Falcons, all of those teams need a quarterback badly, and DJ would be an upgrade for all 4 of them.
Yeah, I could see that.